Hey, what's up YouTubers? Andrew Wall here to help you become successful on YouTube and grow your channel. And in this one, I'm going to help you properly select channel tags and video tags to grow your channel as much as tags can grow your channel. Really quick, before we even get into this, you're going to have a lot of these grow your YouTube channel type of content out there, and a lot of these influencers that'll tell you to get more views and rank high, and how to properly tag your videos, and look, you're going to increase your views right here, etc, 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 to get more views. And I'll be honest with you, tags are only going to have a marginal effect on you actually growing the views on your channel, but you should spend the time to put the right tags in there. I'm going to show you TubeBuddy's Tag Explorer and TubeBuddy's feature set that can help make that faster for you so that you can spend the least amount of time on tags possible, because tags, in terms of the search engine and suggested algorithm hierarchy are concerned, you've got thumbnails, you've got titles, then you've got a giant gap in value and relevance, then you've got descriptions, tags, playlists. So keep that in mind as I show you this video, and keep that in mind as any other influencers out there are teaching you how to hack your tags. Hacking tags is total garbage. It is not true, and hacking your tags does not have a significant impact on your channel. Tags are only relevant for 5 to 7 days, arguably. There's different data sets I've looked at that have indicated one way or the other. Video tags, 5 to 7 days after you release your video. It helps YouTube identify what your video is all about for that period of time, but after it has served your video to small subsections of viewers, then it knows what your video is all about, and your tags basically become irrelevant at that point. Keep that in mind, and keep that in mind with any SEO tricks, tips, and books and garbage that people try to sell you about hacking your tags. That is total baloney. They are lying to you. I know, because I have been researching this for years and years and years, and tags used to be super relevant on YouTube back in the day, and over time they become less relevant because YouTube has designed their algorithm to chase viewer behavior and view clusters, and basically chase after what users are actually clicking on as the primary metric, and then what they continue to watch, and then what they watch next, which is primarily determined by titles and thumbnails. Okay, I won't go too far into that. Let's get into the tags, tips and tricks, and what have you, because this will help you out. So there's two different workflows that you can use to implement tags on your videos and your channel. One workflow is to manually go to Google Trends to determine what topic you're going to look at, and then manually go to YouTube search in order to basically manually look at videos, and use the TubeBuddy Search Explorer and Tag Explorer here within YouTube search. By the way, link in the description below to TubeBuddy. I have an affiliate link there. It is the tool I personally use because I think it is the best tool to discover tags. There are also other tools out there. I will tell you, if you're a partner with BBTV, the company I work for, we've developed our own tool that is very good, but it's only proprietary to partners that join our network, so I can't really tell everyone how to use it here. And also vidIQ's out there. Personally, I think TubeBuddy is the strongest between TubeBuddy and vidIQ. Link below. If you click that, I hopefully can get TubeBuddy for free if enough of you install, and I can make some money if you end up buying a subscription to TubeBuddy, which would be amazing for me. So here's one workflow. You manually go to Google Trends, and you manually go to search, and then you can select your tags here and copy them. The other workflow is to go directly into a video itself and use the explore function here, which if you type a tag and you actually hit explore, it'll actually pull up Google Trends and what have you within the interface here. You can look at the historical, you can look at the map where it's trending, and that's all pulling from Google Trends, etc. So I'm going to go over both workflows. I'll tell you which one I prefer. I actually prefer manually going through Google Trends and pouring over the data here because I like to have more data points. So for the example in this video, we're going to go after Fortnite. It is the one of the biggest trending topics on YouTube, so it's a fun one to tackle, and it's fun to watch the growth. So Fortnite, here it is on Google Trends. Go ahead and narrow that down by YouTube search whenever you use Google Trends. There it is. Wow, is it growing by a massive amount. Then as you scroll down the page, you get additional data like what countries this term is is used in. And the stuff that we're really interested in here are the related queries. And the reason why I like using workflow number 1 is I can select rising, which can help show me which topics within this particular subject are trending right now. And in order to do that, I like to narrow down to the past 30 days worth of activity for a particular trend, and then it'll narrow it down. Okay, looks like a minigun came out in this game, and there's a chug jug or something. Maybe that's a channel out there, etc. And it shows you the rising terms that you can potentially use for inspiration to make your tags happen. You can pull this data by hitting share, and you can share a link, and you can also download a spreadsheet with a CSV of all of these related queries here if you'd like to use those, if you really want to get hardcore with your tags. But I like to use this for inspiration to help me find what's trending today. And of course, top is what is going to be pulled through TubeBuddy's Tag Explorer, but rising is the unique data set that you get here that you don't necessarily get elsewhere, that I would recommend having a look at. This also can help you determine your video topics as you're doing your tags, right? Let's say you see miniguns here and you're covering Fortnite, maybe you should consider making a video about miniguns in Fortnite. Cool, so once you get your inspiration here and you kind of get a better idea of what types of tags are relevant and whether this is something that you should look into, then you go directly to YouTube and you type the term here at the top and you hit search. If you've installed TubeBuddy Search Explorer, you'll get this sidebar, which gives you the search volume and competition. You can skip that, and you can just go directly below. There's 2 data sets here that you can pull from for inspiration. The first one is the most used tags. So one thing that you want to do, and I'm just, for example, going to, in this example, I'm going to do the Battle Royale version of this game. So what you can do is just go ahead and click all the Battle Royale related terms here, and go ahead and select the ones that are relevant to your content. Do not select ones that are not directly relevant to your content. That is super, super important. Don't just shove garbage keywords in your video. Try to pick the ones that are direct on what you're doing here. So for example, you'll see something like update or crossbow here. If you are not covering an update and you do not have a crossbow in your video, do not select those tags simply because they are there. That will make your tags less relevant. The whole point of this is to select tags that are going to help YouTube identify what your specific content is about. And once you've selected those specific tags, go ahead and drop them directly into your particular video. This is just a holder video I'm using just to dump tags into, and it'll let you know how many you have left. And you kind of can rinse and repeat that process. Another reason why I like this is it also gives you related searches. And sometimes I pull tags from related searches straight up because it's relevant to my video. I'll copy those and paste those right here, and it gives me a better idea of what's out there. Okay, maybe I'm doing a live stream here, so I'll go ahead and copy Fortnite Live and bring that over into my tags as well. So you get a lot more juicy context here on which tags to select. So let's say you've typed in Fortnite, but you only got some of the tags that you need, and you definitely want to fill up almost every single tag that you can here within these 500 characters. You want to get as close to 500 as you can, assuming that the tags that you've selected are relevant. So what you can do is click one of these these related searches, and what that'll do is pull that up here for you in another tab, and then it'll suggest key terms related to that search as you dive in a little bit further. And then you can be like, oh, well, maybe moments or battle royale or the new gun or whatever. Those tags are ones that are relevant to your video. Then you can bring those over here. And then let's say you want to dive in a third layer deeper. Let's say your video is more specifically about tips related to battle royale. Then you can click this related search and it'll dive in a third layer deeper. And then you can pull tags here that maybe are even more relevant, like Fortnite Battle Royale tips and tricks, etc., top tips, and then you drop those into your video here. So you've basically selected a top tier layer of tags, a secondary tier layer of tags, and then a third tier layer of tags. And I recommend going with 3 layers of tags and using the related searches to go a bit deeper, so that you can have every opportunity to hit the broad overall search term and recommended, and then sort of the mid-level competition search term, and then a very, very specific niche related search terms and recommended, so that you can have the greatest probability of having the largest reach possible thanks to your tags. So really quick, So I just selected all those tags. There's a million Fortnite related tags here, etc., etc. And one thing to keep in mind is that your tags are not going to make or break your video performance, like I said earlier. So I recommend only spending up to 5 minutes tops tagging your video. And that's why something like TubeBuddy can make it very, very fast. And that's why I'm going to show you workflow number 2 that can maybe help you do this as quickly as possible. I like to do it sort of the long way because I like to learn about YouTube, and I like to kind of get a better idea of what's already out there and kind of get a better sense of my competition when I do this sort of SEO work. But if you don't have the time to do that, invest your time, instead of investing it in tags, invest it in creating an ice cold killer of a thumbnail and a title, because the thumbnail and title, like I've mentioned before, are the vast majority of the value for your video, and these tags are only supplementary. And the same thing is the case with the description. The same thing is the case with which playlist you put your video into and making it an official series playlist. So anything beyond 5 minutes, use that as a educational measure for yourself to learn more about the topic or learn more about YouTube. But don't think that spending more than 5 minutes making tags is actually helping your video perform better, because it probably isn't. And what I mean by seeing what's out there, you can see who the top YouTubers are. You can see what kind of content they're making about the game, and this can help give you creative inspiration as to which topics that you should be covering for this in the future, and which type of thumbnails and titles out there are working really, really well for this particular community. So this is more of a research and creative time beyond 5 minutes with your tags, not a performance increasing time. Keep that in mind. Now, for professional channel managers out there, maybe it's a different story for you, but for the average YouTuber, that is definitely the case. So let's take a look at the second workflow, which is the much faster workflow, and it will generate almost all of the same results for you, to be perfectly honest, as the longer workflow I just showed you a moment ago. So we're going to type in Fortnite here. They've got the most used tags. You can select each one of these that you feel is relevant. I'm just going to select some random ones here. It shows you the percentage. It's a nice, easy to understand interface, and you could even just, if you wanted to just do a super fast version, you could just click all the top ones and like only uncheck the boxes of the ones that are not relevant, and then you can literally just click insert right here. And there's also other options. You can copy it to your clipboard. You can make a tag list too if you want to, store tags later. But if you just insert, I mean, it'll just bam, chug-a-lug all those into your video, and you can be like, tags done. It's that fast if you want to. I feel like whenever I do this, my tags aren't quite as good as they could be, but you know what? They're going to be pretty close to as good. And there are going to be some SEO experts out there that are going to disagree with my position on this, but the data that I've seen from our R&D team, my conversations with YouTube, my experiments on thousands of videos I've produced through my job, tags are almost irrelevant after those first days. Now, here is an interesting thing here that you're going to see in the Tag Explorer that you would have to manually go pull from Google Trends by looking at things like web search here. But this one's really cool. So you can also look at Google search in addition to YouTube search. And this is being pulled from YouTube, Google, and Google Trends. And this is something really, really cool. And so let's say your video is going to be embedded in a website, or it's a part of a web strategy, where you feel that your video could be relevant to Google search itself, not just YouTube search. You could potentially pull some key terms here. Let's say you're talking about the Fortnite subreddit and blah, 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 the Twitter account, whatever. You could insert Google search related tags if your video is directly relevant to those things. So let's say you made a video about how to download Fortnite. You definitely want to pick this key term, and you want to insert that on your video, and you may even want to look at that particular search term here by clicking that button, and you can look and see what the key terms are here directly on Google to observe those yourself. So this does give you the option of basically tapping into Google search as well, which is something very cool about the TubeBuddy Tag Explorer. And then if you look at historical, it's just an abbreviated version of Google Trends. Not a huge fan of that being abbreviated. And there are other features such as results, etc., where you can kind of look through the top videos through this list. I prefer, like I mentioned earlier, to look at it here because you can also see descriptions and see more information more easily. So there you go. That's how you tag your videos. This is the fast workflow. If you want to take the shortcuts, you can do it this way, and it won't have that much of a negative impact on your video. If you want to spend more time and you want to learn about the platform and be more creative and gain more knowledge about your subject area, do the long way, like I said. Cool. The last thing we'll talk about here are going to be channel tags. Now, why do you want channel tags? Let me go ahead and just pull up my channel just to show you an example. But basically, channel tags are going to help you be a suggested channel for a particular kind of cluster of channels on YouTube. As you guys know, you can manually curate your channels here in the top of your channel in your curation, but there are also related channels on YouTube that YouTube will suggest that does generate some traffic. And sometimes, just sometimes, in search, if your channel is super duper strong for a particular topic, sometimes your channel will actually show up as the top search result for a particular topic. But you have to be ice cold crushing it with that particular topic to have your channel be a #1 search result on YouTube. It is possible. I've seen it happen in the past. Let me just maybe type in Overwatch. Overwatch, that used to be the case. Yes, it is. As you can see, the official Overwatch channel is a #2 search result for the term Overwatch. So, you know, it is possible to have your channel show up in search and a top result in search, which is massive if you can do that, but you have to be crushing it, just like this official channel for this game is crushing it. So why do you want to do proper channel tags? You want to be suggested to other channels, and it also helps YouTube cluster your videos more specifically with other videos that are related to you. So let's say these related channels produce similar content to mine. By properly tagging my channel, not only could I show up in related here, but also it affects your videos in some capacity, though that capacity is limited. So what you want to do, because this box here on your channel keywords, this is within advanced, is super jacked. As you can see, it adds these quotation marks, this weird spacing, and it makes all your tags look super duper weird when you put all of those tags directly into channel keywords and you hit save. So what I recommend doing is opening up a video that you don't care about and using the tag section here as your playground for your tags, so that you can basically sort out which tags you want to use, see what your character limit is and what have you. I would wish YouTube would implement a proper tags box here under channel keywords, but they have not. So let's just bring my tags over. There they are. And as you can see, oh, okay, I'm at 460. Actually, I could add one more tag in there. But this will help you actually work with your tags as you're determining your channel tags. Now, which channel tags should you choose? That's a tough question. There's a bunch of debate on that. I will tell you that your channel tags matter very little. They do. I have not seen any measurable change when I've changed channel tags in the past. It's just one extra data point for YouTube to use to determine what your channel and maybe all of your videos are about, but which videos show up in search is primarily determined by your titles and thumbnails, like I mentioned earlier, and then your video tags, and then your channel tags is like this smaller data point way down here that is much smaller. So what I recommend doing is taking a look through YouTube search and taking a look at competitors for your particular key term. So we'll use Fortnite as an example again, just because we've been using that throughout this video. And if you look at related channels on YouTube, you can go look and see which keywords they have in their descriptions. You can see what the names of their channels are like to get creative inspiration. If you want to add some extra tags yourself, you can tag other channels with your channel, especially if they're channels that you collaborate with. You should add the name of their channel to your tags. That is very important. That will help YouTube link your channels together in terms of related channels. But like anything else, the best tags to add to your channel are the ones that you are using the most in your videos. So let's say you're making 3 different types of videos, right? You're making these battle royale ones, you're making ones about Fortnite Save the World, and maybe you're doing Fortnite related vlogs. I'm just throwing that out there. Just 3 random types of content, right? You're gonna wanna go ahead and search all 3 of those different types of content here, and you're gonna wanna go ahead and select the best overall keywords for those 3 kind of subtopics, and then implement those as the tags for your channel. Only the top ones. So you kind of have to basically select for your channel tags your greatest hits, if you will, for your channel. So if you look at mine, I'm like YouTube tips, how to grow your YouTube channel, YouTube growth, tips on growth. As you can see, none of this is how to tweak your tags, how to live stream, what hardware you should do. There's no very, very in-depth and specific tags here that I'm using, and that's what I would tell you guys to use. The channel tags should be the greatest hits tags of your videos moving forward that you can predict. And you'll want to go ahead and repeat these, of course, in your channel description. But that'll be a separate video where I talk about descriptions. That's your channel tags. Be sure to add in a tag that is the name of your channel, and if you have any nicknames, like for example, I have a nickname of Awall. Let's say people were searching for Awall, I would want to add that tag in here as well. It helps associate your name with the name of your channel, especially if you are a startup channel. Sometimes you can search for a particular topic or a particular name on YouTube, and you won't actually show up for your own name when you are a new YouTuber. Maybe the other Andrew Walls out there would stomp me out in search if I didn't have traction on YouTube and I didn't add that tag, etc. So for those of you out there that are under, say, 10,000 subscribers, definitely add your name, add any nicknames, and I recommend keeping it there for a long time. It helps associate, it helps you basically capitalize on that key term of your name for people that directly search for you. But that becomes more and more relevant as you get bigger and bigger, and you actually have search traffic related to your name. And the big channels out there like Typical Gamer, a lot of people actually search for his name, and it actually generates traffic to put that key term into his channel tags and into his videos. And so down the road, if you keep that term there, and YouTube understands that you are a trusted source for the key term that is your name, it can be beneficial for you in the long run. So implement the name of your channel into your channel tags as early as possible and just keep it there for as long as possible. So I hope that this video was helpful to you. Once again, link in the description below to my TubeBuddy affiliate link. Click that, download the program. If you buy the program, if you subscribe to TubeBuddy, I get a portion of that, and that can help me out because I'm making $5 a month right now on my YouTube channel. So there you go. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you want to see more optimization videos in the future on my channel, let me know in the comments section below. I can do one on tags, titles, descriptions, titles, thumbnails, even playlists if you want, cards, end screens. I know everything there is to know about all of those, and I'm constantly learning every day, so I'm happy to help you with those items. I'm very analytical with this stuff, and I'm only going to tell you the things that matter, and if it doesn't matter that much, I'm going to be honest with you, and all the advice I gave you in this video doesn't matter that much. Crazy, huh? Alrighty then, be sure to subscribe to my channel and enable notifications to get more honest to God truth about how to grow your YouTube channel. My name is Andrew Wall. Keep creating, keep crushing. See you in the next one, amigos. Adios.